You have candy in your mouth?
Huh?
You have candy in your mouth?
Never.
Yes, you do.
At home. Thank you for staying tuned with Shauna and myself. Yeah. I don't. That's okay. I got it. You take it.
We want to, first of all, welcome you back to the program. Michael's sorry that he put candy in his mouth on live TV, but it's okay. We'll forgive you this
Thank
time.
you.
You want to go through that way? You're going to put it back in your mouth, aren't you?
Never. I wouldn't do that.
You can put it back in your mouth.
No,
it's
it's
fine.
all
I'm
right.
sure you're a professional. You can handle it.
Absolutely.
But we also want to welcome our guest, Willis Phelps. You've seen Willis Phelps on our program countless times. Back to the times when it was me and Miss Neal, when it was me and Anthony Carter and Terri. Now that it's Michael and myself, Mr. Phelps has always been here. We wanted to have Mr. Phelps on this evening as a special guest because Mr. Phelps understands the position that In the Upper Room is in right now. We wanted to say thank you to him on the air for the emotional and just support in its entirety that he's given to us.
Absolutely.
And we wanted to hear about what's going on. So, Mr. Phelps, welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Well, we're talking family here for one thing. And Mike says to me, he says, now you talk about what you know, what's going on for a minute, and then we'll do, well, I'm gonna do that quickly.
All right.
Because we're still talking about connections here.
Yeah.
Keeping our heritage going, maintaining the link to the community so that the information that's good for their growth and
Yes.
for the respect of each other
Yes.
is continuous. And in that, I'm a member now of a genealogy group. We are trying to get together so that folks will know how to trace their heritage, to reconnect to their heritage.
Yes. Mhm.
And genealogy now is becoming quite prominent. Folks are, who do you think you are? And
Yeah.
these type of shows.
Yeah.
And they're finding out that in some cases, no, lots of cases, they're not who they thought they
Right.
were.
True.
And then others are like, oh my God, I'm really connected to kings and
Yeah.
queens,
Yeah.
or my folks owned slaves. No,
Right.
that's what it's all about, knowing who you are. So this group, my group, and I have to read this.
Sure.
We just got a logo together. We're putting it together. We're joining up with the National Organization of Genealogy. And there are 7 of us now. And what we're going to be doing is having a Founders Day on the 28th of this month, January. 28th of this month, we're going to be at the Delaware Historical Society in the, I think it's called the, to get it right, the Coleman Room. I might have that wrong.
Okay.
But it's one of the rooms there where we'll have a gathering of our members, new members, and we're inviting folks to come out at
Awesome.
10:30 on the 28th, that's Saturday, next Saturday, in Wilmington, Delaware, at the Delaware Historical Society. And we will fellowship and try and teach folks, give them guidelines on how to reconnect to your heritage and do your genealogy.
That's outstanding.
That's my little spiel there.
That is outstanding.
Now, you know what's interesting? My father did that for us. It's funny because I had started with one of those little software programs, not knowing that he was working on it also. And of course, he was like miles ahead of the little work that I had done.
Yes.
But it was so interesting, Mr. Phelps, because he brought to my house a packet that was like this thick, full of like history and names. And at that point, and a few years after that, it became like I don't know, I felt this responsibility because then my niece and nephew were here.
Right.
And
Connect.
it just changes when you add when you add 2 little people there who are now connected to pages and pages and pages of people.
Yeah.
You really want to get it right.
Yes,
You
yes.
really want to now proceed properly going forward to make sure that they know who they are.
And it's nothing short of a miracle when we, as Black people, are able to make some connections into our past and our ancestors, because so much of our history has been lost for the lack of a better word, erased.
Well,
So we need special organizations and people dedicated to doing projects
Yes.
like that.
no, someone in your family, was it your daughter just had a birthday? Or-
Well, my sister has one coming up.
Okay. Well, you know, I alluded to that, and we have the birthdays. That means folks are getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, and we disconnect.
yeah,
We're here sitting right now
yeah.
in a place where Sister Neal, Dottie Neal, laid the foundation.
Yes,
She laid the foundation.
Yes.
And then when God called her home,
yes,
we were blessed
yeah,
to have folks like Shaana and
Yeah.
you to take up that, actually to put on Dottie's hat.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
put on that hat and continue this connection, reconnection to who we are.
Yeah.
And we're telling our story,
yeah.
not letting someone else tell it.
True,
And
true.
this year of so many sesquicentennials, this is the 150th year of the Civil War, the U.S. colored troops, and so many connections there where if we connect to it, we'll see that we have so much
Yeah.
to be thankful for.
True.
And you know, I want to tell this story and keep telling it. And here, because this is a tradition,
Yeah.
number one, it's not going to die. You know, we don't want to go off the air.
Right.
We're not going off the air. And I hope I'm saying we. I mean,
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
absolutely.
yeah. It's we.
because this is something that has to continue. And the way I feel about it is that when I do programs and presentations, I would like very much to be able to donate a portion of that to In the Upper Room.
Wow.
And I want to go out to the public
That
now.
is so generous, Mr. Phelps.
I want to go out to the public right now, and if they get a chance during this few minutes, put my telephone number up. If you're having an event, anyone that's having an event, church, schools, community, invite me to come and be a part of that, to be a storyteller,
Wow.
to keep the history going. And what you give to me,
That is
because there is a fee,
Sure.
what you give to me in that fee, that's 50%.
That's wow.
Going to In the Upper Room.
Thank
That's
you.
We're
man.
going to tighten up this foundation. And
That's
keep it.
off the chart, Shauna.
Yes.
That is off the chart. But you know, once again, I have to say this. First of all, thank you, Mr. Phelps. That's first. Thank you. The second thing is, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because what you've done for us over the years, ever since I first met you, you know, has been just awesome, just generous, encouraging us, a cheerleader for us, a drum major for us, an advocate for us, and a brother with us, you know, and a father figure over this program as well, because you know more of the history than both of
Right.
us. So, you know, it's just awesome to work with you. We enjoy every time you come and visit us. It's family, and you get it, because it's not about individuals. It's not about you know anything other than the fact that In the Upper Room is an institution, no less important than the University of Delaware or anywhere else.
Yes.
Because many have come through this program and moved forward to do bigger and better things, and I could name names.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, to have you really fellowship with us as you have so generously and selflessly, I just have nothing but respect and love for you, Mr. Phelps. Thank you.
I have been blessed by you too. And Dottie, I thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Amen.
Amen. Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Phelps.
Thank
What
you.
I'm trying to find on my phone, please don't think I'm being rude. I'm trying to find Gina Edwards' play information, because she has another play coming up, Seasons of Life, speaking about family and people who have always
Yeah.
supported us. And I promised her that I would talk about it. I just want to make sure I get the information right. So if you could talk amongst
Oh, sure,
yourselves for just a minute.
sure. You know, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk with my friend, Mr. Phelps. But before we do that, I just want to also touch on one subject. We have about 3 minutes left. I know what's going on in the media, the other media, about certain situations involving politics and things of that nature. We're always disappointed when we hear discord amongst our leadership. And, you know, those of us in the community, we are not blind, we are not dumb, we are not stupid. So we will all form our own opinion, no doubt about it. But I just want to reiterate something that Mr. Herman Holloway said earlier about just not rushing to judgment.
Yes.
Especially, you have to consider the source sometimes. And myself, Mr. Phelps, I always believe very strongly in individual responsibility and also individual rights. And each one of you out there, you have the right to your opinion. But when it gets in the media, understand that sometimes you lose control over the message that you deliver. So Mr. Phelps, okay, we touched on the 150th anniversary.
Yes.
We want to know, is there anything else that you would like to discuss as Shauna is retrieving her information?
Excuse me. Well, being in this time period, I returned to Fort Delaware this Tuesday and again on Thursday, where we'll be mentoring to the kids coming out dealing with that Civil War period of history.
Nice.
So I'll be up and running that way. But there is so much going on around us. And just keep in mind, when I say the 150th year of the Civil War, the sesquicentennial, U.S. colored troops, Buffalo Soldiers, African American heritage.
Okay.
Together we can do this and tell our own story and not listen to what someone else is trying to tell
Got
us.
it.
We want to ask you one more time to just patron Camptown Productions. Seasons of Life, A Resolution is going to be Saturday, October 5th at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. It's going to be at 27 North Chapel Street Players. Again, that's Saturday, October 5th. You can visit the Campton Productions LLC website for more information. Ticket prices are $15 in advance, $20 at the door. With that,
Did I mention happy birthday to my cousin Tiffany?
you did.
Happy birthday again.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Pastor D. We'll see you next time. Good night.